Hello YouTube, it's Ryan here with Hobbies Man once again, and today we're going to be doing an unhaul video. Now, I didn't actually plan to do this unhaul video right now, but I was looking at it in terms of like timing, and I think that this is the best time to do it because of a few things. One, the fact that I haven't read anything over the weekend, so I don't have anything to review, and I don't have any ideas about topics to talk about. So I need a video on Monday, and this is the easiest video to do because I'm already ready, but also because I don't necessarily have to load up the end of the month with all of these, second quarter type videos, because there really isn't going to be any change to this list of of books that I want to unhaul this month because, just don't have any other books that I even considered unhauling. So there's no point in me waiting for this stack specifically. And so I thought that it was a good idea to just do the video now. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 books to unhaul, but it's actually about 5 different series. And I don't dislike any of these books. It's just books that have not really managed to capture my interest beyond the first read, right? So basically I read all of these books. I like them, but since I have bought them, I have not bought the next book in the series. And so it's been over 3 months for the shortest one, and over a year for some of the longer ones. So I don't really find it necessary to keep them in my collection. Also, some of these have better editions that I'm more interested in getting, or maybe not better, because I guess sometimes they're not necessarily better, but different editions that I'm more interested in getting. And so I'll talk about that specifically then, right? So I'm gonna put this video up, whatever day that I put it up. I think it's going to be Monday. So Monday, whatever day. And I'm going to probably end up selling these books either on Reddit or Twitter throughout the month. I haven't really thought about when I'm going to do it, but probably the same day that this video goes up. So, check out Reddit or Twitter if you're interested in buying any of these books. But I'm just doing this video for like my sake more than anything else. It's not really like an ad for me selling these books, but since I am making a video about it, I might as well also mention that. So yeah, let's get into it. Let's start with the 2 light novels, and then we'll talk about everything else. So the first light novel that I'm getting rid of is Failure Frame. Now, I really like this, actually. I thought it was fun. It was interesting. It's one of these isekais where the whole class gets sent to the isekai world. And it follows this young man who is like weak compared to all of his classmates. And so he gets thrown into this like pit to die, sacrifice. And he manages to survive. So it's basically Arifureta from what I know about Arifureta. I haven't read it though. So I just know that it's kind of similar. And he basically lives basically like Darth Maul. He only is alive because he hates everything so much. And he manages to get out of this dungeon, and then he meets this hot elf lady, and the story ends. And I liked it a lot, actually. I really enjoyed it. The art style was cool. The story was well written. I liked it. However, since I read this book, I have had zero desire to buy the next volume. And given that fact, and the fact that it's been over 6 months since I read this, I don't feel the need to continue collecting it. And so for now, I'm going to get rid of it. I can always buy it back again later. This is a relatively recent series. I think it's only up to volume 3 so far. So it's very unlikely it's going to go out of print before I want to pick it up again. So there's no point in me keeping it because it's just taking up space in my collection. And I would rather have some cash on hand so I can buy other manga with it. So that's why I'm getting rid of this first volume. The second volume is this one called Notorious Talker, Runs the World's Greatest Clan. And again, it's for the same kind of reasons. I bought it, I liked it, but I have since not wanted to buy the next volume, and so there's no point in me keeping it. I like the art style on this one as well. And this one is more similar to Danmachi if Bell was kind of like more similar to the edgelord, kind of isekai character. But this is not an isekai. This is a boy who lives in this country with his grandfather. His grandfather dies fighting these monsters that appear out of these portal things. And now he wants to follow in his footsteps. He wants to be the strongest hunter in the world, the strongest monster hunter. And he can't because his class, his attack class, or his personal class, is talker and not a fighting class. And so he has to go about it a different way. He can't become the strongest, so he'll become the leader of the strongest group of people that hunt monsters. And that's basically what this is about. And it was good. It was interesting. There was an interesting political subplot here. And it was good. It was another one of these edgy main character type stories. And I liked it. However, since I have bought it, I have not wanted to buy the next volume. And so there's no point in keeping it. So I'm just going to get rid of it for now. And if I ever get around to buying it again, I will. And I'm quite happy with that. So that's 2. Let's move on to the next one. This is Sailor Moon, volumes 1 and 2. Now, this one is the only one that I dislike. And I dislike it because I didn't really find anything interesting in Usagi or her relationship with the guy character. I didn't find it to be meaningful or useful or anything. Usagi is a horrible, shitty girl. And all of the other Sailor Guardians are great, but I mean, if I don't like the main character, there really isn't much to be done. However, I do want to read this whole story for the sake of understanding the classic of the genre, right? The magical girl thing is Sailor Moon, and Sailor Moon is, the magical girl, and so I want to read it for that sense. However, I don't really like these editions all that much. They're very basic white. And there's better editions. There's the Eternal editions, which look great. However, there's also these other ones that are the same size as this, but they're kind of like the Eternal edition, but in this regular Tankobon size. And I saw one of them at Walmart the other day. So I'll probably end up getting rid of these 2, buying that first one, and then just waiting out for that one, for that version of the series. And that's how I'm going to finish reading the series. Because, honestly, I didn't like the series enough to keep it for like just the sake of having the volumes. So I'm going to get rid of it to upgrade to a better edition that looks nicer on the shelf, so that at least I like the edition that's on my shelf. However, I might not buy it right now. I'll probably wait a couple months to do so. But, I'm basically upgrading because I like the other edition better, even if I don't necessarily love the story, because it's one of those stories that I want to push through to not like, but to understand where everyone comes from when they, love this series, right? So there we go. Maybe I'll just watch the anime instead. I don't know, but I definitely like those new editions. I think they're called the Takeuchi collection or something like that, and I like them, so I want to pick them up. Then I have Radiant, Volume 1. This is a manfra, which is a French manga. Or manga française, I think is what it that's why it's called manfra, because if it was French manga, it would be framang, and that sounds horrible, so I'm guessing that's why. But this one is written by this guy called Tony Volante. It's the only manfra that Viz releases. I would actually really like it if they started releasing Tsugumi Project as well, but I think that they would have to license it from Kiun instead of from Japan, so that might be a different kind of situation. But Tony Volante does a great job. He basically wrote this story that is kind of steampunk, and it's very kind of similar to Fairy Tail and Dragon Ball and kind of like Naruto or One Piece. I can't remember exactly. I think it's actually One Piece. It's like One Piece and Fairy Tail, but it's also its own thing. I actually really enjoyed it, but I just haven't bought more of it. And so I think it's time to let it go for now, and maybe I'll come back to it later. But I liked it. I just don't want it on my shelf right now, so that's why I'm getting rid of it. However, I think Jerry from My Waifu and Me was looking to get this from me, so I'll probably just keep it until he wants it, and if he doesn't want it, I'll just sell it off to Half Price Books or something. It's no big deal for me, because I know that it's out of print or something like that right now. So there we go. That's Radiant Volume 1. And then let's go with Sweetness and Lightning. Now, this was pretty cute, but I didn't really connect with the story. I like the idea that it focuses on food, and I like the relationship between the father and his little daughter. I don't really care about this character, though. There's something about her that was interesting, and I don't really care too much about the whole dynamic that's going on in this book. It's not a romance or anything like that. There's no age gap problems or anything. I mean, I guess there is an age gap problem, but it's not a romance, so it's not like an issue. And I don't really have issues with those types of romance anyways. But this is supposed to be a healing type manga. I can't remember the specific Japanese name for the genre, but it's kind of that genre. And I didn't really feel a connection with the story. And I think that honestly, there's stories that have the same kind of basic premise that are slightly more interesting to me, like Beauty and the Feast. And so, even though I really like this edition because it's a Loot Crate special edition, I'm gonna get rid of it. I bought this from Half Price Books, so I'm probably just gonna shove it back at them, give it back to them, or sell it online. I don't know. But I didn't really find it to be all that meaningful. I didn't dislike it at all. Like I said, I thought it was cute, but I'm probably not gonna buy any of it anytime soon. So that's why it's off to someone else. And the last one here is Fire Force. Now, I really like Fire Force, actually. However, I saw that they're going to be releasing those 3-in-1s, and I actually really like those 3-in-1s based on the ones that they released for seven Deadly Sins, because they're larger than these regular tankobons, and they're also just $20, which is a lot more economic, like economically sane or economically safe for me. I don't know what the hell I'm saying. It's more economically viable. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. Because in order to get the same amount of material for this edition, it would be $30, $33 actually, because these are $11 volumes and plus tax, so like 37 or like 36, I think. But the $20 3-in-1s would be $20 for 3 books. So I'm actually a lot happier with that price than with the individual prices. So that's why I'm getting rid of these. It's to upgrade to a more economically viable version for me. So yeah, I don't really have anything against Fire Force. I think it's awesome, but I can't buy 30 plus volumes of that series when I'm already buying 30 plus volumes of like every other series that I read. So I'm just gonna buy the 3-in-1s because they are slightly cheaper in the long run. So there you go. That's why I'm getting rid of Fire Force. And that's it. That's all there is to it. There really isn't too much going on here. I still took 12 minutes, so sorry, but yeah, that's my little unhaul video for this second quarter of the year. And I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below. Let me know what you guys are unhauling this month as well. And thank you guys very much for watching. See you guys later.